Dr. Bowden, recently your FDA case, you and Dr. Marik and Dr. Apter were suing the FDA. And just recently, a few weeks ago, the FDA made a decision to dismiss the case. So tell us why this is a win for doctors and a win for patients.
So it's been a struggle. We've been at this since November of 2022 when we first filed the suit. And initially, the judge dismissed the suit on the grounds of sovereign immunity. So it's exceedingly hard to sue the government because they have built-in protection, but you have to prove that they were acting outside of their authority to actually sue them. So that case was dismissed and we appealed and we took it to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. And they reversed that decision. They said that the FDA had exceeded their authority, that the FDA is not a doctor. And you may remember that the lawyer for the FDA admitted that doctors are allowed to prescribe off-label, and FDA has no authority to limit that. So that in itself was a win. And then it went back to the district court, and then they challenged the case again on standing. And standing basically means that, okay, well, they may have exceeded their authority, but then you have to prove that the people suing them actually were damaged, that it had a direct impact on the people suing them. And so we almost lost that as well. The three plaintiffs, the judge decided that I had standing and the other plaintiffs didn't. So, I mean, we squeaked by on that. And then the next phase was trial, discovery, et cetera. But, the FDA came to us wanting to settle. And the terms of the settlement were what we agreed, what the remedy we were trying to seek to begin with. So we were trying to get the misinformation that they had published on social media and on their website. We were trying to get them to remove that, and they agreed to do that. And so at that point, we decided we would just take this as a win and, move on. And now the FDA has 9 more days to comply, and hoping that will actually happen.
And this was basically to remove all misinformation about ivermectin prescribing, correct?
Exactly. So their posts, both on their website and on social media, were telling the public you cannot take ivermectin for COVID. And that's not their role. Their role is to approve medications and move on. If there are safety concerns, they're allowed to alert the public about that. They're allowed to, modify things if safety concerns come up. But they're not allowed to say you can or cannot take a certain medication for a certain disease. That's outside of their authority. So, this lawsuit is not only about ivermectin, but it's about the doctor-patient relationship. It's about government overreach into the practice of medicine, and it leaves a permanent stain on the credibility of the FDA. And people should think about this. This is the same agency that is saying these COVID shots are safe and effective. So the actual win is probably not a lot, right? They're just taking down these posts, but it's symbolic of much more.
Yeah, the legal terms might not sound like a big win, but the reality of it is it's a big win for patients and doctors. And my guess is that the FDA did not want discovery to happen, because probably a lot of ugly stuff would have happened during discovery.
Well, we debated about that long and hard. And, I guess, so I'm undergoing discovery right now with the Texas Medical Board hearing. And I was very excited. I was like, oh, there's all these things I want to probe into, all these questions. And, they skirt around them all. They averted them. I've gotten zero additional information from the Texas Medical Board. And our lawyers, they had to advise us that, yeah, you may not get anything from discovery. It may drag out for years and all for nothing. And even if we do get discovery, it doesn't really change the outcome that we're originally seeking in the lawsuit. So, we had to consider that. And yes, we gave up discovery, but we just, our expectations were pretty low that we'd actually get something incriminating and something that would actually change the outcome.
I think it's a win, and I thank you for fighting. This can't be easy the last 4 years for you, and we need more doctors like you. So thank you, Dr. Bowden.
Well, thank you. And thanks for continuing to keep COVID in the conversation.
Absolutely.